Okay, so we are discussing about the config tool. In the last class, we are in middle of discussing about the config tool and telnet tool. Config tool and telnet tool here. So config tool. So we can launch the config tool from the OS level. This is the one of the offline tool. Offline tool. The path of the config tool is USR, SAP, SID. Right? We can go to the USR. USR, so SAP, so SID, then J instance number, J2EE, so config tool, right? Config tool. Then when you click on the config tool.bat, it will open the URL in the, sorry, it will open the one tool, it will open it here. See here, the tool, how it is going to open. So this is the tool which is going to open. But on the Friday, on the last class, we had some issues, right? Due to some that type of operating system, that operating system having some issues, we got some issues here. So that's the reason. So we have reinstalled the SAP system on this host. See here, it is connecting to the database only. Even though SAP is down, we can connect to the config tool here. We can connect to the config tool for offline configuration. Okay. So here you can see it here in the config tool, we have a lot of option here. So there is a cluster data here, cluster data. In the cluster data, if you expand the template here, you can see the log configuration here. Same as like in the NWA, NetWeaver administrator. So whatever the options we have, right? Suppose example, in the NWA system, access points. So now just let me log in through the browser. This is the URL, right? 530 instance number. This is the URL. Why? Because our colleagues, they have given the 30 is the instance number. So 5 instance number, 30 is the, so this one. So I can open the screen. Then open the NWA. Administrator user by default. As soon as installation is completed, when you are logging to the NWA, so you will see the, so this one, right? You will see this JVI here. So it's a SAP Windows 2. Previously it was in the SAP Windows. Normally, same type of configuration, same kind of configuration, we can see it in the Java system properties file. Java system properties file, we can see it here, right? So cluster same kind of, this is the config tool, right? Same kind of configuration. If you want to do the log configurations, change the logs, anything, you can change it here. Any application side, any manager, you have the thread managers. If it's anything, you want to cover it here, application thread manager, cache manager, cluster manager, configuration managers. So you have the any services you want to change it, any threads you want to change it, any things you want to change it, here also you can do it here, right? Same configurations, here it is available. But if SAP is down, if SAP Java system is down, how can we change the configuration from the NWA, right? It's not possible. That's the reason SAP introduced the config tool concept. In the config tool, we have the option to change this one. In the config tool, we have the option to change all the configuration here. Whatever you want, you can change it here. Yes, services. You can see there's a lot of services here. Here also we have the services here. If you want to change any service from here, you can change it. In the config tool also, you can change it here, right? Anything based upon the configuration, based upon the requirement, whatever you want to change the parameter values. So any history, so you can change it from here as well. You can change it from here also, you can change it. See here, configurations here, right? Here also you can user store, web services, anything, we can also change it from here as well, right? That is the, so same configurations, we can also change it from here as well. right? Instances, right? Same instance specific. These all are the instance specific. Suppose, so currently you see there is only one server node. There is a server 0 process. Suppose by default you will get the 1. Tomorrow, if you want to increase it, if you want to increase, why? Because one server node means, so if this is down, this also this server node is down, then we cannot, we cannot log into the SAP system. Why? Because your work will be carried out by the server 0 process here. ICM will take the browser request, will hand out to the server 0 here. If the server 0 is down, then your request will not be assigned to the server 0 here. In that case, if you want to create the new one for load balancing purpose, just you can create the one more application, just you can just enter the application, just enter the node here. That's it. Just to enter the node number. If you enter the 2, then 2 server nodes will come. Server 0, server 1 will come into the picture. Server 0, server 1 will come into the picture here. Right? Server 0, server 1 will come into the picture. Right? Like this, we need to enter the details. Like this, we need to enter the details here. Means if we want to increase the server node process, how can we do it? Means by using the config tool, we can just go to the servers. Here we can provide the additional numbers, like 2 means 2 server nodes, 3 means 3 server nodes. But each node, there is a 4 GB of memory should be required. Each node, there is a 4 GB of memory should be required here. So that's the reason. So if you have the memory 4 GB free memory is there, then you can add the new application server here. VM environments. So VM parameters here. As I told, we have the 3 memory areas in the SAP. Same as like here also we can see, right? If you go to the NWA, here VM environment. So VM parameters, memory parameters, max size, heap size, new size, perm size. Same thing is available in the config tool also here, right? Here also we can change the details here. New size, max new size, heap size, max heap size, global area. So here also we can change the details here. Here also we can change the details here. Then system. So then additional parameters, anything if you want to change it, we can change it here. Basically, if the system is up, we can go and NWA, we can change it. So if system is not up, then here also we can change the configurations. That is the basically that is the configuration tool here, right? So here only one thing is the secure storage, secure store. So all the Java systems, either the PI systems or PO systems, how they are connecting to the database means based upon the secure store. Secure store here is there. Secure store here. All the Java systems here, they will connect via secure store here. Via URL, it will connect it. So there is a, here you can see the value details here. So via this detail, via this password, it will connect to the SAP system here. Sometimes if you change the secure store, if you change this password something, your Java system will not be up. So make sure during the installation, why? Because it's an encrypted secure storage here. Encrypted secure storage entry. So that is the very important here. Encrypted secure storage. So that is the very important thing here. Very important thing here. This secure storage here. That is the secure storage. That is very important here. Right? So that will be, that secure storage is for the, so this is a connection parameters to the your database here. JDBC means our database here. So if something wrong with this one, something you are unable to start it, something if you are unable to start it, something you are unable to do, then this connection parameters are very important here, right? So suppose if Java system is not starting, then how can you go ahead and change from the NWA? Even Java is down, right? How can we change it? So that's why we have the config tool. In the secure storage is available. Go to the here, change the key. Suppose you want to change the some keys or passphrase key or anything. So this is very important thing here. So your SAP system is started up and running means because of the this connection parameters here. This connection parameters here. So it will connect via this SQL server and everything here. This just 1 minute. Okay, so here, so connection pools. Okay, connection pool. This is the very important thing here, this connection pool. So if the systems, Java systems are not starting means maybe after the refresh or after the sometimes. So you're not starting means first main thing is you need to check what are the details are mentioned here. Why? Because here you have the different host. Maybe sometimes what happens, people will do the restore and refresh a Java export and import method. That time, this host name will be changed here. If they change the host name, here the connection parameters are different. So it won't connect to the target system here. So these are the very important connection parameters here, right? These are the very important. If you change it here, then system will be down. We cannot start the systems. So this Java config tool, the secure storage is very important here. So even Java system is not started also, we can log into the config tool OS level. Then we can just reset the passwords and everything. We can do it here. This is the config tool. So config tool same as like here. Here, there is one more thing here. You can see, go to the expert mode here. We go to the expert mode, sorry, configuration editor here. We go to the tools and configuration editor. So due to some issues, your Java is down, right? You cannot log into the NWA, you cannot create the destinations. Then here you can use this configuration editor. If you want to apply the license, you can apply the license. If you want to create the destinations, you can create the destination. If you want to do some monitoring, you can monitoring here, right? So configurations, anything, some configuration, if you want to configure the SLD, SAML2, security related roles. So whatever you want, you can create it from here also. Destinations, we can also create the destinations here. We can also create the destinations here. Those things also we can create it. RFC destinations, HTML destinations, same. Normally in the NWA, we will create the destinations, right? So same as like here also, we can create the destinations also. So destinations also we can create it here. This is the destinations. Same how we are creating the destination here. Same way. So in the config tool also we can do the configuration. Two ways we can do the configuration. Either config tool, either Java system properties in the Java NWA we can do the changes here. This is the config tool here. Okay. This is the config tool. If you want to apply the license, here also we can apply the license here, right? So this is the thing we can do it here from the system here, right? So if you want to delete something, you can also delete something here, right? So anything is possible from the config tool. Okay, SLD, if you want to configure the SLD, you can also configure the SLD, system landscape directory. If you want to apply the license, if you want to create the destination, if you want to deploy something, if you want to change something, if you want to configure the some is anything, you can do it from config tool also. Okay, this is the usage of the config tool here. It's a offline tool. Whatever you do in the Java administration tab, same you can perform via config tool. This is the so high level. This is where we have to log in means via config tool. So J2EE config tool, then config tool dot bat file. It's a Linux. We need to execute this one. Okay, that is the config tool here. Okay, so the next one is called the SLD, system landscape directory here. So for each Java system, we can enable the SLD, system landscape directory, SLD, system landscape directory here, system landscape directory here. So which means all our systems, all our SAP systems. So suppose you have the one ECC system, ECD, you have the one more ECP system, you have the NWD system, you have the some other systems. So all the systems, so they want to report to the here means all the systems related details. So we can push it to the SLD here. SLD means system landscape directory. System landscape directory means all the these systems we can map to the in this Java system here. So Java usage is like ADS you can use it, portal you can use it, SLD we can use it, PIPO you can use it. So based upon the configuration, Java systems are must and should. Whatever you want to enable it, you can enable it here in the all the systems you can enable it. But here, so one of the feature in the Java is called the SLD, system landscape directory, right? To log into the SLD, what we have to log in your Java system. So we need to log into the http:// the host name slash http port number slash SLD. If you type it SLD, you will be logged into the SLD system here. Just on the port number, just type the SLD here. System landscape directory. So as soon as installation is completed, so you will see the SLD is not configured something, you will get it on the information. See here, SLD is not set up here. In this case, installation is completed. We want SLD. Every system should have the own SLD, right? That's why we will go to the administration tab here. Here, just to perform the initial setup here, perform the initial setup here. Then SLD will be configured here. So why SLD means all our systems details, our ECC, BW, CRM, either PI, all the systems should be in the under one directory, one place here. So that's why we need to set the SLD here. Here it is asking the object server name here. Object server means your SAP SLD server name here. SAP Windows 2. Perform the, so start import. The initial setup means how to enable the SLD means as soon as installation completed, you need to go to the administration page of the SLD, then perform the initial setup, provide the object server name, then SLD will be started here. SLD will be started here. See here it is processing. This enabling is required. Then after that, we can log into the each and every system. After that, we can log into the each and every system. Suppose example, we can log into the our ECC system via RZ70. We can push the data to the here. How to push the data to the SLD means our ECC system details, BW details, all our above system details, above or Java, anything. How to push it to the here means all the system details into the one common place here, one centralized place. It is called the system landscape directory. So here we will use it here. Here we will use it here. Here the data will come into the in this list here. Now see it is getting the initial setup is in progress here. Initial setup is in progress here. This way we need to perform the SLD. Then after that, what we have to do that one here. So we need to in the NWA. So to once the initial configuration is done, we need to create the client. We need to create the client in the destination. There is a SLD client. We have to create it here. SLD client here. SLD client here. So go to the destinations here. Here, just click on the create the destination. You also need to create the destinations to the our backend systems like so our ECD, ECP systems also you need to create it here. How we created for previously here, right? Same way you need to create it here. Now you can see, so this is done, right? It's got it, it is done. If you go to the SLD, you will get the screen like SLD is up and running here. See, SLD is running here. So import is currently running. Recheck the import details here. Import is currently running here. Import is currently running here. These many objects are importing into the our SLD server here. SLD server here. Import is running. So technical system means all our SAP systems, ABAP systems, Java systems, anything will come into the in this directory here. In this directory, it will come into the list here. So why the data is required means this data is required by who required this data, all the systems into the one common place, right? Either solution manager is required or PIPO systems are required here, this data. So that's why we will all the SAP systems data we will push to the here in the technical systems. Now, if you see it, all are zero. All the technical system details are zero here. Why? Because so none of the things are pointing to the your Java systems now. We just configured, right? In the destination field, you need to create the destination is called the SLD underscore client. We have to configure it. SLD client. SLD client, we have to configure it here. SLD client, we have to configure it here. So SLD client configuration, we have to perform it here. So the initial setup, as soon as you have done the initial setup here, there is a one small destination SLD underscore the client in NWA. So we have to configure it here. This is for the SLD client to connect to push the data here. SLD client, we have to configure it here. So what is the use of the SLD means? You can see system landscape directory here, right? Let me open the diagram. We will get the clear picture here. What is this here, right? You can see it here, SLD. So you can see here. So this is the SLD here, our system landscape directory. So you have the some other application tools, PI, some other system solution manager, network administrator, partner systems, everything is there, right? This is the customer systems. This is third party tools here. So here, if you have the all the systems data in the SLD customer landscape data into the SLD here, then other systems, you have the any other systems like a master data, repository systems, other systems will directly pull the data from this SLD. It will pull the data. That is the purpose. We have the SLD we have to configure it here. SLD, we have to configure this SLD in the system. So as part of the initial configuration, the destination, we have to configure it here. SLD underscore client, we have to use it here. This destination, we have to give it to the in the destination field here. That's why here we need to define the SLD underscore the client, we have to give it here. CLINT client, we have to create it here. Why? Because this is the SLD client, right? That's why we need to give the these details here. So this is the HTTP connection. We need to choose it here. Why? Because this is the HTTP. So then here URL, HTTP URL here. This is the SLD HTTP URL. This is the URL. HTTP : // So this is the URL here. It's not the above system. So give all those things, right? Just click on the OK button. Authentication mechanism is the basic authentication, right? User ID and password. Then I can give the administrator. Then the password is the this one. Click on the finish button, right? SLD client here. If you ping the destination here, then it will show the results like successfully connected to the your SLD underscore client. SLD underscore client here. So why it is important SLD client? So it is connecting to the, connect to the, so within the system, other systems to connect it, it will use the client. Client should be required here. Client should be required here. So now you see client we created here, right? SLD underscore client we created here. But in the SLD, you see it is empty. The data is empty here. Nothing is coming here, right? So now how to push the data from, so now you have enabled the basic setup you have created, right? So just to SLD you have enabled it, then SLD client you have configured, basic setup is done here. Then you need to push the this above system data to SLD here. Then in this case, what we have to do, we need to log into the systems here. We need to log into the SAP systems here. Which system we will log in? So let's see, we'll log into the any one of the system. Suppose like we have the SAP systems, right? Log into the SAP system here. Here nothing is configured. I will go to this one. Yeah. 1392. Pushing the data to SLD. How to push the data means, suppose if you take the NWD, okay, NWD system we have, right? So log into the NWD system. Go to the RZ70, RZ70, SLD administration. So what is the host of the SLD? SAP Windows 2, right? SAP GW instance number here, instance number, right? Here instance number, gateway instance number, we have to provide it here. So where the gateway is installed, so that instance number we have to provide it here. Here gateway installed on the 31, because the gateway instance number is the 31 here. You can see 31, right? Here SAP GW 31 here. Then click on the schedule. Then the data will be moved to the S data collection, then registering the system into the SLD, system landscape directory here. So when you done here, I'm registering here. One time if you done the setup, right, it's executed. RFC call also successful. So jobs also scheduled here. So it's doing. So data is prepared and data is sent to the via SLD underscore UC. The data is moved to the SLD here. In this SLD, where is our SLD? So where I opened here. Not here. Yes, here the data will come into the in this list here. In this list, the data will come into the list here. So if you wait for some time, so then the data will be reached to the in this list here. Data will be coming to the in this list here. So it's showing empty. Now if you observe it sometime, that it will come to the this list here. This list, it will come into the this list here. If any here the technical systems list, it will come into the here. So here you can see the logs here. You can see the logs, what is happening with the logs. The currently the logs are, so you can see there is a log what successfully happening here in the system. SLD started, then some all the information will be available here in the log file here. So data suppliers here, you can configure it here, import purpose. So system message, we can also put the system message related to the SLD here. Logs, details about your SAP server, all the details, SAP server host name, right? SAP server host name and it's running or not. So all the data, all the details, SLD server version here, right? So data supplier version here. So server details, all the information, some technical information will be available in this case here, available here, right? So this is the supplier, data supplier here, it is running currently in the system. So when you push the data, when you push the your above system data, immediately that is available in the Java system side also, Java system side available, right? So there is a job will trigger in the backend here, up to date, daily one job will run, it will send the valuable, very important technical system data to the here, SLD API cost. This is also SLD related details here also we have to maintain SLD API cost here. Here we have to maintain the SLD related details also we have to maintain here. The destination details and everything we have to maintain it here. Access to the SLD here. Just click on the here. This is a HTTP connection. Click on create alias name. SLD underscore NWD system primary. So your SLD system host name, SAP Windows 2, then port number 53000. User, SLD user. So then administrator, password. So normally we have to maintain the separate user, but yeah, so we are giving the same user here. We perform the connection test, it will show the connection test here, whether it is connecting to the SLD or not. To check the connection details, it will connect it here, right? So connection test, testing the connectivity to the SLD server here. It will check the all the connectivity part and everything. It will check it out. Same as like how many systems you have, all the system details we need to pull it to the all the system details we have to make it to the here. So SLD connection to the SLD works currently. In this way, we can check it out whether you have the connection to the SLD works or not here. So then, so go to the RZ70, go to the RZ70, we can manually just click on the push the data, then the data will be moved to the, so here see every 720 minutes the data background job is scheduled, that will send the data to the your respective targets, means respective SLD server, the data. See here, until you get the RFC call means successfully the data is going to the your SLD server, your SLD server here. Successfully it is going to the SLD server here. Here if any problems in the system and everything, go to the log. Here it will be displayed here. It will be displayed here. That is the SLD details here. SLD details here. So currently the imports are running here in the system. The basic setup is in progress now. Once this is completed, you will see the all the data in the SLD system. This is only 19% completed. So 20% completed, 80% pending. So it should complete. If it is completed, we have the data in the SLD. We have to data in the SLD. So we need to wait, just to have the patience, and we need to wait for until this is completed, then all your above systems will come into this picture. Based on that, we can create the business systems. Who will use this business systems means PI integration level. We have to use this business systems and everything. So landscapes, you can just configure the new landscape saying that. So one is the ECC landscape, one is the BW landscape. Like that, we can define the landscape, all the ECC systems into the one directory, BW systems into the one more directory. Like that, we can configure the landscapes here. Like that, we can configure the landscapes here. So just folder names, simply identify now, because hundreds of systems will be available in the same directory, right? So hundreds of systems. So suppose, for example, we go to the technical systems, whatever, suppose you have the 150 systems, SAP systems, all 150 systems are available here. Then how can we identify which one is the ECC, which one is the BW CRM, is based upon the landscape here. If you go to the administration home page here, the landscape tab they have given. Groups, group we can create. Under the group, we can just assign all the technical systems, everything we can assign it, right? So business systems means based upon the technical systems, we can create the business systems that will be used by the PI systems. So logs, details, settings. If you have any, we want to change any parameter settings and everything, you can go to the settings and you can change it. Data suppliers. So data supplier means which will supply the data, SLD data to some other SLD. Those things we can configure it here. System message means in SM02 how we will put the system message here. So here also we can put the system message to the users here. System message to the users here. When you save it here, here you can see there is a notification, all something like that here. We want to put something system message, you can just put the system message here. All on something portal level, you will get the scrolling option, everything here, right? Synchronization. So data transferring between data carrier means manage the data transfer between the different SLDs here. So these are the many options are there here. But what you need to know here, how to initial setup of the SLD, then what are the destinations you need to create it here, the destinations which we have to create it like. So in the NWA destinations tab, we go to the here destinations tab, SLD underscore client one destination, we have to create it here. Then above side, we can push the data to the here. Which systems you want to register into the SLD, you have to log into that systems, object 70, we can push the data here, right? So here also, in this system itself, we can register into the SLD also here. So there is a data supplier SLD data supplier, which means this one we have to register into our SLD SAP system here. Failed. Why? Because the destination is missing here. SLD, the data supplier, we have to create it here. SLD data supplier. One more destination, we have to create it here. Which means not only above systems, SAP systems also means Java systems also we can register into the SLD here. So for that one, you need to create the SLD underscore data supplier one the RFC destination. Just we can provide the URL, same URL you can provide it here. Because we don't have any client here, data supplier. So then provide the user here. Become the finish. Just ping. So it is connected. Right? So then collect and send the data. Then it will collect the data. It will send to the SLD. See here, the SLD destination already there. So then it will come into the this SLD list here. This technical system details. It will come into the this technical system details here. Whatever above systems, then whatever the Java systems we have, all will come into this picture. All will come to the in this list here, SLD system details. So, but we have to wait for some time here. Currently, the loads are running. The initial setup is still in progress. Once this is done, whatever we have pushed the data from, so from other systems to here, then Java systems to here, so that will come into the automatically. Maybe when we open, if you try after some time, so it will come. So now what we need to do? So we have the systems, right? So ECD we have, then ECP systems we have, then NWD also we have. So then you need to log into the each system, RZ70, then maintain the your SLD server details and push the data. You push it, all the systems related technical details will come into the in this list here. In this list, it will come into the in this list here. So that's what you need to perform it here after some time. Maybe just to wait for maybe 30 minutes. 27 is completed. Maybe if you wait for 1 more hour, so this will be completed. Once this is completed, system is ready for the SLD processing. Then we can push the data to here. Okay. So this is the thing you have to do it for today. All the three systems, you need to push the data to the your SLD server. SLD server, you need to push the data. That is what you need to do it. Okay. So you guys will perform, right? So you have the access, you can log in, it will work, and config tool also you can use it, it will work. Then you can push it out here.